Hello there! This is LEGO Dynasty, and today I'm bringing you guys my review of the LEGO Star Wars Mandalorian Fang Fighter versus Tie Interceptor. It is set number 75348, comes with 957 pieces, is rated ages 9 and up. Now this set retails in the United States for $99.99 and in Canada for $129.99. Now without further ado, let's kick off this review starting with the box. Taking a look at the box, you can see some nice detail of the Tie Interceptor chasing after the Fang Fighter. You have Mandalore in the background, or at least what I assume to be Mandalore in the background. I guess it could be a different planet represented on the box there. You have the main minifigures included in the set down there, being the Mandalorian, the Mandalorian Fleet Commander, a TIE Fighter pilot, and R2-R6, or R2-E6, my apologies. Top of the box has the Mandalorian Fleet Commander represented there. Taking a look at the back, you can see some more nice detail. And this planet in particular looks to be from Bo-Katan's Castle World, which is in the Mandalorian system. Forget what the name was, my apologies there, but you can actually see what appears to be the castle in the background there, which is kind of nice. So I guess the planet on the front is not Mandalore, but it's the planet that Bo-Katan was staged at early on in Season 3. Now you do get 2 manuals, so you could build this set with a partner or with your kids, whatever you would like, as you can split up the build. Bags 1, 2, and 3 go to the Fang Fighter, while 4 through 7 goes to the Tie Interceptor. So always like that LEGO's starting to really consistently do this, where you can kind of build separately with someone else, or just split up the build as you're building it. You don't have to like randomly stop on a random page like you used to way back in the day when they weren't split up like this and it was just one large manual. Now taking a quick look at the extra pieces, you can see there's actually quite a few nice pieces included. Specifically, you get some nice extra lightsaber hilts in different colors. So you got the typical gray one there, but you also have the sort of gunmetal color right there. A few of them actually, and you actually can make a second dark saber if you so desire. You have of course the brick separator, an extra shooter for the Fang Fighter, or not the Fang Fighter, for the Tie Interceptor. Apologies there. And yeah, just some other nice extra pieces, studs, etc. And also the these parts that can be used for your clone troopers, as you do get the antenna for the Fleet Commander to put on his helmet. So you can obviously put some of these other parts on the other characters, but they're mostly known for being put on the Clone Trooper helmets. Now taking a look at our first minifigure, we have the Mandalorian Fleet Commander, and I just gotta say, this is probably my favorite unnamed Mandalorian LEGO minifigure. I just love the color scheme. Specifically, you can really see, but it's a very nice shiny silver or chrome on the helmet, and even translates a little bit to the torso print. It's definitely got an extra shine to it, and it just looks really awesome. Like, I just think this is absolutely a fantastic Mandalorian character, and he's got his gunmetal jetpack, he's got his sort of Mandalorian pistol, and I just love this minifigure. He does have a double-sided face, as you can see there, so one that's a little bit more smiley right there, versus more of a smirk or like a oh really kind of face. And he also comes with an extra hairpiece, as you can see here. And yeah, this character does seem to be based off of one of the characters in the show, but I believe he went unnamed. So, or at least at the time that they were designing this set, he was unnamed, so they just called him a Fleet Commander, but he was the one in charge of the commandeered Imperial craft that the Mandalorians were using. Nothing too special, pretty usual printing on the back for a Mandalorian, just in the color scheme that this character is in. Now next up, of course, we have a TIE Fighter pilot. Nothing too special about this character. I'm pretty sure it's the exact same printing we've seen in previous TIE Fighter pilots, but still a very nice minifigure nonetheless. Great molded helmet piece, great torso and leg printing. No arm printing, unfortunately, but even the back printing looks good. And then you can reveal his the face, which is a female TIE Fighter pilot's face, which is pretty cool as well. You do not get an extra hairpiece for any of the other characters. The only character with hairpiece was the Mandalorian Fleet Commander. So they could have included extra hairpieces for both Din Djarin and this character, but at the end of the day, I don't think it was super necessary. Also have the standard LEGO Star Wars pistol. Next up, we have R2-E6, and just a standard astromech. Definitely some nice black printing, but at the end of the day, nothing too special of this character. I think there might be some minor differences from previous black astromechs we've gotten. Like, I'm not sure if they've had the blue light there. Normally it's red or a different color, I believe. Though I could be wrong on that. Just in general, not really a super special character. No back R2 or printing for the astromech, unfortunately. Hopefully that becomes standard rather than just limited to expensive sets, specifically with usually R2-D2. And lastly, but certainly not least, we have the Mandalorian himself, Din Djarin, carrying the new Darksaber with a slightly different mold than what we've been getting, as we were normally just getting a lightsaber. So it would be a chrome lightsaber hilt with a black saber blade. This is a specific piece. I believe this is new. I could be wrong. Maybe this is just a repurposed piece, but I believe this is new, especially molded in this case. And at the end of the day, it's not the greatest. It seems like LEGO really wanted to focus on the ability to, you know, close the lightsaber, like act like it's not active, which is why they didn't create a special mold, which is what I know many others think they should have done here. It's definitely better than nothing, and this is what we were getting originally, or at least since we've gotten the Mandalorian sets with the Darksaber. Maybe I wouldn't hate it. Like, I don't hate it, but it just feels so, like, anticlimactic, I think is the word I'm trying to come up with. Especially when you see what they're doing with all these molds for, like, Ninjago and Dreams, their new theme that there's been a lot of discussion about, you know, what they're putting in those sets versus what they will give to the Star Wars characters. It's flagship theme. So, yeah. In the end, doesn't matter too much. Some people will love the Darksaber, some people will hate it. If you want a more accurate one, you're just gonna have to go the custom route, you know, Clone Army Customs, what have you, whatever site you prefer to get custom LEGO molds if you want something a bit more accurate. But enough about the Darksaber. Din Djarin overall is pretty much the exact same for the torso and leg prints and even arm prints than what we've seen before. The difference is this helmet is new. This is the Beskar alloy print, but it's on this like style compared to what we saw in the Razor Crest. So it is slightly different. It's not a nicer like metallic look, and it is far more accurate than the original Din Djarin or Mandalorian helmets we were getting previous. So definitely nice to see LEGO finally fix that issue with how the prints were, you know, looking very off on the previous helmets. And you do get a face print, of course. No double-sided face print, which makes sense. But no hairpiece, which in the end, Din Djarin does not take off his helmet at all during Season 3, so I guess that makes sense. Now, taking a look at the Fang Fighter itself, and just overall, it's definitely very sturdy is how I describe it. Like, this is heavy. It doesn't look that big, because it really isn't that big, but it packs quite a lot of pieces in this. It's definitely very sizable, but even with it being sizable, it's not flimsy, you know? You're not gonna break it unless you, like, throw it down and, like, try and smash it. I think it's very sturdy overall. It's got some great detail as well. I love the weapon designs that you use a bunch of different pieces with lightsaber hilts, etc. to come together there. It looks very awesome. Engines as well, looking very sweet. You can sort of play around and spin it if you want, though I don't think that's really meant to be much of a play feature. You do actually get some flick fire missiles right at the bottom here, or not flick fire, but shooter missiles, which can be go off just by pressing these sides here, as you can see, as I take out Din Djarin there, and showing off the other one, just like that. So kids will love that sort of feature as well, I'm sure. in the end, there's not a whole lot you can do other than the shooter missiles and, of course, placing your character inside the cockpit, which we will do. So you can take off the pistol, and then there is extra room, so you can leave the jetpack on your character. So you can fit your character inside with his jetpack on. You do not have to take it off. However, if you're using the fleet commander who has the extra antenna, you will have to close the antenna a little bit, which could sort of act like he's targeting stuff with his ship, but you can't have the antenna up as it will block the cockpit from closing, as you can see here. So just pushing this down, no issue there. And it definitely has some nice swooshability, as you can see. Like it feels nice in your hands, and I'm sure this will be a very popular ship and really just set. Like I really hope that this set overall brings back more dual sets, because we haven't had one of these in since 2016 with Darth Vader's TIE Advance versus the A-Wing from Star Wars Rebels. And I think this is a great concept for LEGO to really take advantage, put in two ships, and I think this proves that they can do it and do it quite well, because I think this is just awesome with the Fang Fighter and Tie Interceptor. Now moving on to the Tie Interceptor, which is to me the highlight of this set. I just gotta say, just the detail, like I am so impressed with what they managed to do here. Like it just looks absolutely fantastic. It's quite sizable. Just trying to show it off as well as I can on my camera here, but you can see like it is absolutely massive, taking up my entire like camera space viewing, and it just looks absolutely incredible. I gotta say, like the fact it took as long as it did for them to redo a Tie Interceptor, it's kind of shocking, but at the end of the day we get such a perfect one here, and I absolutely love it. Now, of course, you can fit your TIE Fighter pilot inside. The way you do that is you have this top hatch that you open. Then, of course, you move the front dish there. You take off your Imperial weapon. And then you just sort of stuff them in there like so. Then you close that up, and voila, you're ready to go. Now, unlike the TIE bomber, you can actually see inside the TIE Fighter pilot. Not sure if it'll come off on camera as well as it does in person, but you can see the TIE Fighter pilot inside there, which is pretty nice that you can do that rather than it being blocked off. So nice that LEGO managed to, I don't want to say fix it, but that they were able to accomplish that on this set. Now, the way the wings are positioned, you cannot like bend them like you would on a TIE Fighter pilot or TIE Fighter, or even the TIE Bomber. These are locked in place, these wings. You can't move them. You can see the part usage there with the Technic beams, why that is the case, which makes sense. I mean, these TIE Fighter pilots aren't meant, or TIE Interceptors aren't meant to like close their wings up like the TIE Fighters or the bombers. But still, I just think that's a little bit notable, just so you know. The side detail there, really just using some nice parts to make some nice greebling. Taking a look at the back there, and you can see the nice little engines. Very simple design. Again, you can see the stud or missile shooters that you can use. And it's the same concept, but rather than pushing to the side, you push down, and they will fire just like that. So I'm sure kids will love that feature as well. And just to show off again the TIE Fighter pilot inside, you can see fits in right in there. There's some nice control panels, but not a whole lot of extra detail inside. No room really for you to place your TIE Fighter pilot's pistol, unfortunately, which is really the main thing I'm kind of not a super big fan of, is not being able to place your weapons really anywhere on this ship. The LEGO Star Wars Mandalorian Fang Fighter vs. TIE Interceptor is an absolute must-have for any Mandalorian, any original trilogy, or really just any, in general, Star Wars fans. I think this is absolutely one of LEGO's best sets released this year for sure, and it's definitely a highlight set that I just think, if you're a fan of any Star Wars set, like really at all, I think you're going to love this set. The fact that it has the Mandalorian himself, along with a brand new Mandalorian variant, being the Mandalorian Fleet Commander, and a TIE Fighter pilot, is great. The astromech is I mean, it's nice to have an army in astromechs, I guess. But could there have been some other characters? Without delving into the spoilers, my guess is this set was designed long before some of those characters were revealed. So after the fact, we can complain, but I've really come to know that Disney really likes to keep a tight lip on some things, and in this case, I think they wanted to keep some characters secret and didn't give LEGO access to any images that ended up occurring during the season, as they wanted to have some surprises. With that being said, I still think this set is absolutely fabulous. I think this set's going to be extremely popular for army building. The Tie Fighter or Tie Interceptor is absolutely fantastic. The Fang Fighter is still very awesome, and I've definitely grown on it from what I initially thought about it. I thought it was kind of basic looking. I didn't know if I'd like it that much, but having it built in hand, I absolutely love it. With that being said, that's all my opinion. Let me know your thoughts on the LEGO Star Wars Mandalorian Fang Fighter versus Tie Interceptor in the comments down below. Have you guys picked up this set yet, or are you guys waiting on it? Let me know in the comments down below. Please leave a like and subscribe if you have enjoyed, and have a great day, everyone.